Most people do not fail with money because they are lazy. They fail because their financial life becomes heavier every time their income becomes bigger. At first, a higher salary feels like freedom. You imagine less stress, more breathing room, more savings, maybe the ability to finally stop checking your bank account before every decision. But a strange thing happens to many people after they start earning more. The paycheck gets larger, yet the feeling of pressure does not disappear. The number in the bank account may rise for a moment, but the anxiety returns. The same old sentence keeps coming back. Where did all the money go? This is one of the quietest traps in personal finance, because it does not look like a trap. It looks like adulthood. It looks like progress. It looks like a better apartment, a nicer car, better restaurants, better clothes, upgraded technology, more convenience, more subscriptions, more gifts, more travel, and more things that seem reasonable because now you can afford them. But there is a difference between being able to pay for something and being able to carry it without losing your freedom. That difference is where most people get financially stuck. When your income rises, your life does not automatically become easier. Your decisions become more powerful. Every new dollar can either become margin or become another obligation. Margin is the space between what you earn and what your life costs. Margin is not glamorous, but it is where freedom lives. Margin is what lets you say no to bad opportunities, leave a job that is damaging you, handle an emergency without panic, invest without desperation, help family without destroying yourself, and sleep without feeling like one unexpected bill could ruin the month. The problem is that margin is invisible. Nobody compliments you for having fewer fixed expenses. Nobody sees the subscription you canceled. Nobody applauds the car payment you never took on. Nobody asks you about the apartment you did not upgrade into. But people notice visible spending. They notice the new phone. They notice the vacation. They notice the car. They notice the restaurant. They notice the version of you that looks like success. This is why lifestyle inflation is so dangerous. It turns invisible financial strength into visible consumption. And because visible consumption gives instant emotional feedback, it can feel like a reward, while saving money can feel like nothing happened. That is the psychological problem. The thing that protects you is quiet, and the thing that weakens you is visible. When people say they cannot save money, they often imagine the problem is one big expense. But usually, it is not one huge mistake. It is a slow accumulation of normal decisions. A slightly nicer apartment, a slightly larger car payment, food delivery a few more times a week, a few streaming services, a gym membership, a phone upgrade, a storage plan, insurance that costs more than expected, small convenience purchases, a weekend trip because you deserve it, a birthday dinner because it only happens once a year, a new outfit because you have an event. None of these choices feel insane by themselves, but together, they quietly redesign your life around a higher cost of existing. And once your life becomes more expensive, your paycheck is no longer fully yours. It arrives already claimed. Rent claims part of it. Transportation claims part of it. Debt claims part of it. Subscriptions claim part of it. Lifestyle expectations claim part of it. Social pressure claims part of it. Convenience claims part of it. By the time the money lands, it has already been assigned to things that became normal before you realized they became permanent. This is why earning more can still feel like being broke. You are not broke because you have no income. You are broke because your future income has already been promised to your past decisions. The more fixed costs you create, the less flexible your life becomes. Fixed costs are not just bills. They are claims on your future choices. A car payment is not only a car payment. It is a decision that follows you every month. A rent increase is not only a better place to live. It is a higher baseline for survival. A subscription is not only a small monthly fee. It is another automatic leak in the system. Debt is not only money you borrowed. It is future energy already spent. The real danger is not that you buy something. The real danger is that your life gradually becomes designed around needing every paycheck to arrive perfectly on time. When that happens, you lose options. And losing options is one of the most expensive things in life. People often think wealth means having expensive things, but a better definition of wealth is having choices. The choice to wait, the choice to leave, the choice to ignore pressure, the choice to invest, the choice to rest, the choice to not panic, the choice to make decisions from strength instead of fear. A person with a high income and no margin can be less free than a person with a modest income and strong cash flow. That sounds strange, but it is true. If every dollar is already needed, your income is just a pass-through system. Money comes in, obligations take it out, and you are left with the emotional exhaustion of working hard without feeling progress. This is why the most important question after a raise is not what can I afford now. The most important question is what should this raise do for my life? A raise needs a job. If you do not assign it a job, your lifestyle will assign it one for you. And lifestyle is very good at absorbing extra money. Extra money does not stay extra for long unless you protect it. At first, the raise feels like surplus. Then you upgrade a few things. Then those upgrades become normal. Then the surplus disappears. Then the new lifestyle becomes the new baseline. Now you earn more, but you still feel tight. The raise did not disappear all at once. It was converted into comfort, convenience, image, and recurring cost. This is why the first few months after an income increase are so important. That is the moment when you decide whether the new money becomes freedom or pressure. One of the best financial habits is to delay lifestyle upgrades after a raise. Not forever, just long enough to see the money clearly. Before you change your life, let the raise pass through your accounts for a few months. Watch the difference. Build savings. Pay down debt. Invest. Strengthen your emergency fund. Let your nervous system experience what margin feels like before you spend it away. Because if you upgrade immediately, you may never feel the benefit of the raise. You will only feel a more expensive version of normal. This is also why automation matters. Willpower is weak against a lifestyle that has already become emotionally comfortable. If the money sits in checking, it will be treated as available. If it is available, it will be used. Not because you are irresponsible, but because humans adapt. We adapt to higher comfort very quickly. This is called hedonic adaptation. The first time you upgrade something, it feels exciting. The 10th time, it feels ordinary. The pleasure fades, but the payment stays. That is the brutal math of lifestyle creep. Temporary excitement can create permanent pressure. A nicer car feels amazing at first, but after a few months, it is just your car. A nicer apartment feels special at first, but after a while, it is just where you live. A more expensive restaurant feels like a treat at first, but then it becomes your standard. The human mind normalizes comfort, but your bills do not normalize themselves downward. They keep arriving. This is why you need rules before emotions enter the room. One useful rule is to protect your fixed costs. If a purchase increases your monthly obligations, slow down. Ask what happens if your income drops. Ask what happens if your priorities change. Ask what else this payment prevents. Ask whether this decision will still feel worth it after the excitement fades. Another useful rule is to separate one-time spending from recurring spending. A one-time purchase can be a mistake, but a recurring obligation becomes a system. Systems are powerful. A system can build wealth or drain it. Every recurring expense should earn its place in your life again and again. If it no longer improves your life, it should not keep collecting money from your future. Another rule is to measure purchases against free cash flow, not income. Income is the headline number, but free cash flow is the truth. Someone earning $6,000 a month with $500 left after obligations is not financially strong just because the salary looks good. Someone earning $4,000 a month with $1,500 left may have more actual freedom. The amount you keep after your life is paid for is where progress happens. That is why looking rich and becoming free are not always the same path. Looking rich often requires higher visible spending. Becoming free often requires protecting invisible margin. The hardest part is that financial discipline can feel socially boring. People may not understand why you do not upgrade when you can. They may assume you are being cheap. They may wonder why you drive the same car, live in the same place, or avoid certain purchases. But the goal is not to impress people who will not pay your bills. The goal is to build a life that does not collapse under pressure. The goal is to own your time. The goal is to make money a tool, not a chain. This does not mean you should never enjoy your income. Money should improve your life. But improvement is not the same as inflation. A real upgrade should either increase your well-being, reduce stress, create opportunity, or align with your values. A fake upgrade only raises your baseline and makes the old version of life feel unacceptable. That is the trap. When your baseline rises too fast, contentment becomes more expensive. And when contentment becomes more expensive, you need more money just to feel okay. This is how people become financially trapped without feeling irresponsible. They are not buying yachts. They are buying a version of normal that keeps getting more expensive. The solution is not to hate spending. The solution is to spend with a hierarchy. First, protect survival, then protect liquidity, then protect future growth, then spend on enjoyment. If enjoyment comes first, everything else becomes fragile. If liquidity comes first, enjoyment becomes safer. An emergency fund may not look exciting, but it changes how life feels. Debt payoff may not look exciting, but it reduces future pressure. Investing may not look exciting today, but it buys future options. Lower fixed costs may not impress anyone, but they make your life lighter. The lighter your life is, the less money has to work just to keep you standing still. One of the biggest signs of financial maturity is the ability to let income rise without letting ego rise at the same speed. Ego wants proof. Ego wants visible evidence. Ego wants the outside world to see that you are doing better. But wealth grows best when some of your progress stays invisible. Invisible progress is still progress. A paid-off balance is progress. A larger emergency fund is progress. A higher investment contribution is progress. A month with less financial stress is progress. The ability to ignore a sale because you do not need anything is progress. The ability to wait before buying is progress. The ability to say this does not fit my plan is progress. If you want to stop feeling broke as your income grows, you need to create a gap and defend it. Do not let every raise become a new bill. Do not let every bonus become a shopping list. Do not let every promotion become a lifestyle announcement. Choose in advance how much of your increase will go to freedom before comfort gets a vote. Maybe part goes to savings, part goes to investing, part goes to debt. Part goes to enjoyment. The exact numbers matter less than the order. Freedom first, lifestyle second. Because if lifestyle gets there first, freedom may never receive anything. A bigger paycheck should not only make your life look better, it should make your life stronger. It should lower your panic. It should widen your options. It should reduce the number of decisions controlled by fear. It should give you space. And space is what many people are really looking for when they say they want more money. They do not just want dollars. They want relief. They want breathing room. They want control. They want the feeling that one problem will not destroy everything. But relief does not come from income alone. Relief comes from income minus obligations. Relief comes from margin. Relief comes from refusing to turn every improvement into a payment. So the next time your income rises, pause before upgrading your life. Ask a better question. Not what can I buy now? Not what will make me look successful? Not what do I deserve after working this hard? Ask what would make my life lighter. Ask what would make future me safer. Ask what would give me more choices 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 5 years from now. Because the goal is not to earn more and still feel trapped. The goal is to earn more and become harder to control. The goal is to build a life where your paycheck is not already owned by your past. The goal is to make progress that does not disappear the moment it arrives. And that starts with one simple decision. When more money comes in, do not immediately make your life more expensive. Keep the gap. Protect the margin. Let the raise become freedom before it becomes another bill.